Yo, what's good with it? HD Karma back in the building. I was in the midst of working on my mix template, my main mix template. I wanna duplicate it and then turn the duplicate into a mix slash production template. The reason why it's a little process is because the template is pretty heavy because it's my main mix template, so it's a lot of plugins already in, and I keep everything active. So when I'm mixing, it makes it a little easier for me. So what I want to do is take this heavy template and get rid of some, not get rid of, but disable a lot of the things I don't need for production. All the stuff I need to track and record vocals and mix, I want to disable and hide a lot of it. And the stuff that I need for, and add the stuff that I need to produce with, to make beats with. So, all right. I was already working on it, but I figured I might as well go live and let you guys in on it. So first of all, let me make sure I'm live. I won't do what I did last time. Let me make sure I'm live. Yeah, no. I recorded for a half an hour last time and I wasn't live, but yeah, I'm live. So, all right, look, this is my main template here, and this is my main template. These are my inputs. You see my mic bouncing. These are my inputs here. And then I have my beat track. It'll be easier for me to show you up here. My marker track, tempo track, my 2-track track. This is where, like, if I'm recording somebody and they just have like a 2-track, stereo 2-track, I put that right here. This is actually let me open this up so you can see better. This here is actually my see, look, this is how Cubase works. This little thing right here, I can it's my channel edit my channel settings edit window. So any channel I click on, it's gonna show what's available, the plugins, the sends, and everything available for that track. Like, I click on this. This is my this beat channel here. If I put an instrumental here on this track, this is the bus it sends to, and on this bus I have a couple plugins I use. But anyway, we're not here for all of that. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go through this little mixer down here and change some things. This is the beat channel here, like I just showed you. I'm gonna keep that there. This is the beat channel bus, and I'm gonna what do I want to change here? First of all of these audio channels here, these is where I record my vocals to. I'm gonna go to the top, click one, go to the bottom, hold shift and click, highlight them all, and I'm going to disable these. Look up here. This is my performance meter. So what I'm trying to do is get that down, because I'm gonna add in some instruments and I'm gonna keep those instruments live. So I'm gonna, all right, let me go over here. I highlighted them already. Right click and go to disable tracks. And that's gonna save me some CPU power up there. So I'll close that. I'm gonna keep them here. I'm not gonna take them. I'm not gonna hide them. I'm gonna keep them here. These purple ones, or whatever color this is, magenta, like, these are my effects tracks. See, I click, each one I click on, I can go over here and you can see what's available on it. I'd rather use this though. These are my effects tracks. Reverbs, some reverbs over here, echoes, and some wideners here, auto pan, imager, and a couple empties where I can just throw something else on if I need to. All right, so these are gonna stay because I can use these same effects for when I'm producing. I mean, like I said, this is my mixing, my tracking and mixing template, but I'm gonna turn it into a production template, production also. So what I'm gonna do is I'll close this for now. You know what I'm gonna do? As a matter of fact, let me just open up my main mixer, which is on my other window. I'm gonna drag it over, make it full screen, and we're gonna do it this way. First thing I'm gonna do is I had these balance panners on all my stereo tracks. I don't want to keep it that way. I want the regular simple panner. So I'm gonna finish changing these. It's tedious, but it needs to be done. So I'm gonna go through it all, and if you don't feel like watching, sorry. But I need to be able to. What I want, my end goal is, I want to be able to jump into my template with an idea, produce a beat, a track, whatever I want to lay down musically, and then, with low latency. That's why I don't want to have all this stuff on. And then, if I just happen to catch a vibe while I'm making the beat, I could just activate what I need to lay some vocals and do that. You know what I mean? Right now, this thing is kind of heavy. Look up here. See, my performance meter is over half, and I haven't even added the instruments yet, which is gonna bump it up even more. So I don't want to be producing or recording vocals with hardly any headroom on my CPU. So what I'm gonna do is, if you look up here, and this is one thing. Well, I love Cubase. It's my main DAW. I've been using it since the probably mid to late 90s, maybe mid to late 90s. I've been using Cubase. One thing I don't like is you see how I disable those audio tracks. You can't disable group tracks. So all these group tracks I have here, if I want to be able to save the CPU from these plugins here, I have to actually turn these off. And I could bypass them. I could even go up top and bypass everything on the track. But just bypassing the plugin doesn't alleviate my CPU of the CPU burden, of the processing burden. So I have to literally. Oh, hold on, let me get straight here. I have to literally open all the plugins on the channel. Luckily, I have a shortcut for that. Makes it a little bit easier. On the given channel, and actually turn it off. So this is kind of a pain, but it is what it is. Or you know what? No, there's an easier way. Let me not act like I know what I'm doing here. Let me highlight all of these channels here, and then I go to the first one here, open that, then Shift Alt, which if you look here, it turns on the Q link. Shift Alt, or I can just click Q link, but the keyboard shortcut is Shift Alt, and if I hit, watch this row here, watch this row of this, whatever row this is in, if I click Shift Alt and click the power button, you see what it did? It turned them all off, so I don't have to individually do them all, but it's only going to do what's in that row. So since I still have, it's all still highlighted, I can just go here, open this one up, came up on the other monitor, let me pull it over here, Shift Alt, power. Now it's not working. And whatever. I'm opening them and they're opening on my other monitor. So let me try it this time. Nope, still not working. That's what I don't like. I hate that's one. Oh, you know what? There's another way. There's another shortcut I forgot about. So right here is a bypass. This is the edit. This will open it. Actually open the plugin. This middle edit button here. This is a bypass. It'll just bypass it. It won't turn the power off. But watch this bypass icon here, this little button. If I hit Alt, that turns into a power button. So that makes it easier. I forgot about that. But since I'm all highlighted down here, I'm going to try this row. See if I can get them all in one shot with the Shift Alt. I have to open one. Shift Alt. Nope. There's something I'm doing wrong here, but anyway. So I just hold the Alt and just turn them all off. And then I can go to everyone, just turn them all off. I'm taking too long with this here. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. It is what it is. Like I said, I'm only doing this to for anybody who's interested in building a template and anyone that have a template that's made for production as well as tracking and mixing. That's what we're doing here. And these down here, I'm going to let these stay on. These are the sends here. I'm going to leave those on because the sends, these don't really burden my CPU. The actual plugins that they go to is what the burden is, but I'm going to use those I can use those plugins, those effects for for production. So I'm going to leave all these effects on. Leave the effects on. So all right. So these are all off. I can't let me unhighlight that. Let me highlight this. I can't disable these tracks. So if you go over here and look, this is my visibility tab here. So let me see here. This is my visibility tab. I have to open the vocals and see these highlighted tracks here. That's these tracks that are highlighted. If I click, since they're all highlighted together, if I click one, see how they all went away here. I can't disable them. I just hide them. But the plugins that were on those tracks, I turned off so to reach the CPU power. So all right, these are the effects channels there, the magenta ones. I'm going to leave those on because I can use those for production. I can still use my reverbs and my delays while I'm making the track. Even though I probably won't do that, I'll probably add a couple other extra ones because then when I go to lay vocals, if I change these around to use them for instruments, that's going to cause me a little problem. So, but I'm still going to keep these on. All right, so come over here. This channel here is my music bus. This is the bus that, say if I was mixing a beat and I had, this is what everything eventually funnels into. Like these are my all buses, the yellow ones, like all bass, low perks, high perks, all drums, all keys, and then these, all the instruments funnel into these first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks, 5 groups. And then these groups funnel into this all music group. This is like the master music group here. And these are my vocals, my lead vocal, background vocal group, all vocal group. These feed into this, and all effects group. All of these effects feed into this group. And all of these yellow tracks feed into my 2-bus. This right here is my 2-bus. So in a nutshell, that's my template. And these black ones over here are my input channels. All right, so this this music bus, I'm gonna leave this on. Actually, no, I'm gonna turn it off. Let me turn this off. This is the hi-fi plugin, you know, for high-end control. I don't want to have that on when I'm making a beat because it might, you know, change my perception of something. I want to hear it raw when I'm making it, and then if I need this, I turn it on. So, Alt, and then click this. Remember I said you click Alt, it turns this bypass into a power off button. And this is a heavy plugin. This hi-fi plugin is heavy. Look at where I'm at. I'm like a little bit above the halfway mark here. I'm gonna turn this off. Well, it's gonna drop all the way down and then come back up. But watch when I turn this off. See, drop down. Watch when it comes back up. You remember before it was a little bit past halfway. Now it's a little bit below. Same thing with the vocal track here. I have another hi-fi plugin here. This is the all vocal bus or group, whatever you want to call it. So see where we're at here. We're right at half basically. So I'll turn this off and watch where we drop down to. Look, give us a little space there. So we're getting some breathing room. That's the main reason why I'm doing this. And this is like a cheat code. I love this plugin. I don't really see anybody talking about this plugin. It's a Supercharger GT. It's a it's a plugin from. It's a compressor plugin from Native Instruments. I love this plugin. It's it can be clean, but I don't use it clean. I use it for it has a saturation knob. This is the compression knob here, and what I like about it is once you get it set where you want, if you boost the output, and it just adds so much sizzle to what you're doing. I use it mainly on vocals. Wet and dry knob. The saturation you can do mild, moderate, or hot, and you could put a high pass on the detector circuit. So it's a nice plugin. You know what I mean, you can set up a side chain, but which I've never done with this. I want to try it. But yeah, anyway, this we don't need yet. I'm gonna turn this off so that when I'm mixing, so when I'm making a beat, it's not drawing any power. So see, look, we're below half now. When I originally started, I was 3/4 of the way up, but I did some work before I started the video here. So we're below halfway now. Let me see. I'm gonna leave these instrument buses all showing because I'm gonna leave all these showing. All right, let's go over here to my 2-bus. What don't we need to produce beats? This is the Unison compressor. I like this on my 2-bus. It's on almost every mix. It's a great 2-bus compressor. What I love about it is it's multi-band, but not multi-band. It has a multi-band detection. The detector circuit is multi-band, not the actual signal path. So it's different, but I like what it does. So all right, I'm gonna kill this. Turn this off. When I'm producing, I don't need any of this. I don't need this. The BX. Turn that off. I don't need this. The black box. Turn that off. No, it didn't go off for me. Turn the black box off. Close this. Go fast. Love this plugin too. I use it for little high mid range control. If you see here, this red line in this red shaded area here is it's no processing going on in that red shaded area. No processing going on here or in the very high end. only in the gray area with no red where there's processing going on. But anyway, this too is getting turned off for now. Go over here. This is my, I have my 2-bus parallel. I run a parallel track of my 2-bus. I smash it. I have the volcano on there. I high and low pass it a little bit. I high and low pass it a little bit. I smash it with the Oxford Dynamics. Not, I don't kill it, but I smash it pretty good. And then I have the inflator after that, and I bump it up with the inflator. And then I take that signal and I blend it back in a little bit. But for production, like I said, I want all the power for production, so we're gonna turn these off. I'm not gonna get rid of them because when I do, that's the good thing about this template. It's gonna be that when I do make a beat, say I get inspired in the middle of making it and I want to just jump in and make vocals, I want to have all these available. I might have to turn on a few things, but at least they're here already. So glue verb. Sometimes a track might sound great and it just might be missing a little something, like a little glue, something to hold it together a little. So I'll take a reverb, you know what I mean, with a really short, not really short, like a pre-delay, but mid to short, length reverb and decay, and I'll blend it in just a teeny bit, but turning that off for now. And it's volcano, I'm turning that off. Because see, this is the small plugin, but on my anything distortion based, see this has a drive knob on it, or compression. I like to use the, turn my sampling rate up. Not sampling rate, but my sampling rate up on the plugin. So with oversampling. So I'll just turn this off because the oversampling burns a lot of CPU power. Look where we are now, down to about a quarter. And I still have a few more plugins to turn off. This is my vintage EQ equalizer from Softtube. I love it. I don't know why I have this set like this. The high end is cool, but I don't know why I have this defaulted like this. Anyway, I'm gonna turn that off for now. So this volume plugin. It's set at Unity. No, it's not. It's at 6. I'm gonna set this at Unity and leave it on. It's at Unity, and it doesn't pull any really power. It's just a volume knob. And this plugin is the only one that I mainly have, so just for safety, to keep me from it's not really doing anything until I get damn near to the top. So I'm just gonna leave that on, just for safety purposes, to keep me from going over. And I have this little upward compression on it. Alrighty. Getting tired, but I'm gonna finish this. Alright, so auto key, I'll leave that on because I can use that for production. BX meter, I rarely use this nowadays, so we're gonna turn that off. I rarely use that because it's a good plugin. It's what I mainly used for those main meter I used to use, but now I use this for everything. And this is my DigiCheck NG. The only thing about this plugin is you have to have an RME interface to use it. But I do, I love it. So put it back over here on my other screen. Alrighty. This plugin I don't need to produce. It's Metric AB. It's my AB my AB plugin. I'm not going to play it because it has industry music on it. And I don't want to get this video demonetized or muted or whatever. So we're going to turn this off. Don't need it for now. And this plugin I never really used. So I'm going to turn it off. I don't even know why I have it on. So yeah, we're below a quarter now. But that's going to change in a couple of minutes. All right, so what don't we need to see? Let me go over here. See, I want to make some space here. So I'm going to go over here. Vocal tracks, they're disabled, so I'll close that anyway. These effects, these effects in this visibility tab, if I close the folder, no, they don't go away. But what I'm going to do is, as a matter of fact, no, I'll just leave those there. And I'll keep these groups here also. Oh, man. But these inputs, no need to see these inputs. Actually, I'm going to mute this one here. If I need it, I'll turn it on. For now, I don't need it. You know what? I'll keep it on. It doesn't matter. And these here are these tracks. I'm going to go up here. If you click on the top one and drag down, it'll get rid of them. See? Freed up some more space. This desktop is a stereo track down there, so hit that. No, you know what? I'm going to keep the one on. That's my main recording track, so I can see that at all times. And I want to make sure that's at Unity, so I want to make sure that's at Unity, so I'm going to control, click it, and it is at Unity. All right, so this up here, I can use to control these tabs. This tab here, the right tab and the left tab. Control with that, but I also have shortcut keys I can use for them. All three tabs. Turn those on. All right, so let me close this, and this is what we're going to do. So now we've gained a lot of power back here. Let me see. There's all the plugins I wanted to turn off, even though I could turn off some of these. As a matter of fact, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Let me bring my mixer back up. And I'm going to go ahead and turn these plugins off. If I need a plugin for production, any effects, I'll add it. I'll just add it. So Shift Alt for Q-Link. It's not Shift and Alt. Shift the highlight. Shift Alt. And let me see. Pull one up. Shift Alt. And whatever. I don't know why that's not working. All right. So Alt. Now this is a pain. I'm not used to having to do this. Because usually this works. Let me see if I just figured it out. Shift Alt. What's this in? So. Man, whatever. I'm not gonna sit here all day playing with this. Next time I'll have all this part done and just show you when I get to the pulling the instruments in. But I'm gonna find out why this wasn't working for me in the future. Trust me, I want to figure this out. So this is just tedious doing this one by one like this. And I don't like to record my videos. This is just a live stream, so I do record sometimes, but I'm live, so I can't speed it up, so my bad. All right, so now we have even more power, or we're using even less power, I should say. And then down here, let me finish these. Put on the regular panner. Stereo balance panner. Alrighty. So just in case, even though I have the auto save on, it saves I think I have it set for every 5 minutes. So just in case, let me just hit save. Now what we're gonna do is close the mixer. And we're even gonna close this one. That's my lower zone, right zone, left zone. Close that, close this, close all the zones. I'll just leave this one here, this one. Click on any channel, it shows you, give you some options. All right, so what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna pick a track, decide where I want these instruments to be located. And I'll highlight the tempo track because it's going to put them right after whatever track I have highlighted, below the highlighted track. So, all right, so now I want to import my instruments. And I already have a template for production. So rather than individually doing pulling each instrument in, I'll go to import, and tracks from project. And then I'll go to desktop, Cube tester, and I should have a hard drive beats. I think that's it. The balance template. Hard drive beats. What's the date? No, that's not it. That's from August. Fader port, empty tester, Q tester. Okay. I don't have it in there, so what I'm going to do is I'll save this. Close this out. Not closing the app, just closing the session. Then I'll go to HD Beater 1. Let me see, did I have that in there? Let me just check. Make sure I'm not making a fool out of myself here. Desktop. Desktop, Q tester. Is there an HD Beater in here? No. Okay, so I'm gonna open HD Beater 1. This is my newest beat making template. And I'm sorry if anybody's watching. Oh, what up, Hunter? Making fun of you at school. Oh man, here we go. Had a little error there. I'm gonna try to go ahead and finish this video though, before something dumb happens. The beater is a little heavy. The beater template is a little heavy because I have a lot of instruments loaded up, preloaded. Hope that little error I had doesn't mean I have to restart. I'm doing a lot right now. I mean, I'm streaming. I have Chrome open with like 20 tabs, and I'm opening Cubase, which is a heavy app. Let me close this. I don't need it. Looks like I'm gonna have to close this out. Let me try to task manager in task. All right, I'm gonna restart Cubase. Hopefully it does it without issue. Sorry it's taking so long, but if it's not for you and you don't want to sit around and watch, then I don't know what to tell you. This is just something I was going to be doing anyway, so I figured I'd let you guys watch. Whether you're watching or not, this had to be done. So, because I'm ready to go crazy producing, and I don't want to do it in an empty template. All right. Just in case I get inspired, then I'll have to be adding tracks and getting technical, and it'll pull me out of my creative mode. So, all right. HD Beater 1. Let's try this again. We're loading up. There we go. And these are all my instruments already preloaded, right? But I only came in here because I want to save as HD Beater. Because this was a template, so it wasn't actually saved as a project where I could go into it and extract tracks from it. So HD Beater 1, I'm going to save that. Now that that's saved, and see, look, this is all set up and ready to go. If I was coming in here to produce, look, it's already ready to go. Anyway, let's see what else I got here. I love this bass right here. Anyway, so I already saved it. Make sure. Save it. I'm going to close this. Close. Then I want to open my template. Convert back up. Is that? Let me make sure I'm opening the right one. What I want to literally go in here. And just make sure I need to go into the desktop folder. Q tester, and the HD beater should be in here now. There you go, HD beater 1. No, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. We're gonna get there. Close this again. It's getting late and I'm tired. I'm actually tired. I've been working all day in here, doing technical things. And don't save. So I want to open my template convert. Which should open pretty fast because it's pretty light now after I went in and turned all of those plugins off and disabled those channels. Should open a lot faster than it used to. It's still loading all these channels up because they're there, but they're disabled. When it opens up, they're going to be disabled. Initially, I was going to just remove them or delete them. Just fix this, to lessen my loading time. But then if I wanted to lay vocals, I had to re-put them in. So almost. Control room, bang. Here we go. Come on. There we go. All right, see. Back to where we were. So, I'm going to highlight this tempo channel here because it's going to put these tracks below whatever you have selected. So, I'll go ahead, import tracks from project, and Zayden, what up? All right, tracks from project, and I want to go to the beater, HD beater 1. Now, whatever you want, this is all the channels, like whatever. This is all the active tracks in this in the beater. And all of these instruments, I want to pull all of these instrument channels in. And since there's no corresponding channel already in this template that I could send these to, I'm going to keep it on new tracks. So it's going to create a new track for all of these. But all the preloaded instruments and settings I have on these, they'll be pulled in with this import. So events and parts, there's none, so I don't have to worry about that. Yep, everything looks good here. And like import position for new tracks below selected track. So I'm good. Copy to active project folder. There's no media files to copy, so I can leave that unchecked. So everything's selected. I hit OK. And this is a fairly quick process, but like I said, those are all active instruments. So watch my CPU jump up. Watch my CPU jump up when these instruments are loaded. It's gonna take a little bit. Like I said, they're on. And there's a nice chunk. There we go. They're all in. And it didn't even jump that much. Actually, it's not too bad. But all of these are in and active. no latency. Yep, no latency. So now I'm ready to rock and roll. So I have plenty of headroom as far as power goes. No latency. And we're ready to rock. And what I normally do is I'll route these, but I'm just gonna leave them where they are for now. So when I'm gonna save this, I'll save it as template convert in my desktop folder. And I'm gonna also go in here and I want to save it as a template. I'm going to name it. I'm going to name this template HDTRACK track and mix. HD track and mix beater. Yeah. I could pop this template open. I could track and mix with it, but it's for making beats actually. It's a track and mix beater. So I can come in, I can make the beat, and then when I'm ready, I could when I get all the track done, I could render the instruments, turn off the instruments, and then turn on my my tracking plugins I need and track. And then when I'm done with that, I can turn on my mixing plugins and mix all in the same template. So HD track and mix beater. I'm gonna save that as a template. Done deal. So now that should show up in the template list. Like if I were to say if I was gonna try to save it, another template, you see it here. HD track and mix beater. That's the one I just did and saved. So now when I come down tomorrow and I jump in, because it's past 12 o'clock, I have to get up early in the morning. So when I come down tomorrow, this is already set up. I could jump in, start working on the track. I could jump in, start working on the track, and if I get inspired to want to lay a hook or some vocals, I could just dive into that. I can just come here to this tracks tab here. And these are all disabled. I can just highlight a couple and say these top two are for intro. You can see they're all labeled. And I can enable these, lay my tracks, and be good to go. Just makes my life a little bit easier. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's about it for now. Let's see, these are my instruments, my log drum. All right, so we good. That's that. So I already saved it. I already saved it as a template. So that's about it. I ain't gonna beat y'all heads up. We've been on here long enough. I know some mad people, probably some mad people out here because I took so long with this, but it is what it is. This was really for me. I'll just let y'all in the watch, but all right. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm out of here. Y'all take it easy. Peace.